Imagine this, the world as we know it suddenly begins to freeze. Not over decades, not even over years, but within days. Tornadoes ripping through Los Angeles, giant tidal waves swallowing New York, and temperatures dropping faster than science can explain. What would you do if tomorrow never came? Because the world froze today. This is The Day After Tomorrow, a disaster movie that shows how fragile human civilization truly is when nature fights back. And trust me, this isn't just fiction. Scientists believe something like this could really happen. Hey everyone, welcome back to Real Movie Breakdown, the channel where we dive into the most thrilling and mind-bending films ever made. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because today's story will literally send chills down your spine. The film opens in the vast, icy wilderness of Antarctica. Three paleoclimatologists, Jack Hall, Frank, and Jason, are drilling deep into the ice to collect core samples. Jack, a dedicated scientist played by Dennis Quaid, notices something unusual. The ice is melting far faster than expected. When their drilling platform cracks and collapses into a massive glacier. It's not just an accident, it's a warning. Jack realizes the planet's climate might be shifting in a way that no one can control. Back in Washington, D.C., Jack presents his findings at a United Nations conference. He warns world leaders that the melting polar ice could disrupt the North Atlantic Current, a global ocean system that regulates the Earth's temperature. If it collapses, the entire world could plunge into a new ice age. But like every good scientist in a disaster movie, nobody believes him. The vice president mocks his theory, calling it unrealistic. Panic. Jack's frustration grows. He knows he's right, but politics doesn't move as fast as the planet's wrath. Meanwhile, strange weather patterns start appearing all over the world. In New Delhi, it's raining heavily in what should be a dry season. In Tokyo, hailstones the size of baseballs destroy everything in sight. And over Scotland, a U.S. weather satellite detects a massive temperature drop. A storm the size of an entire country is forming.
At the same time, Jack's teenage son Sam, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, is in New York preparing for an academic decathlon. He's a quiet, intelligent kid with a bit of sarcasm, and he shares a subtle crush on his teammate Laura. As the competition begins, strange weather starts sweeping across the United States. Temperatures drop rapidly, and a series of record-breaking storms begin forming across both hemispheres. Then comes one of the film's most unforgettable moments. A series of tornadoes tear through Los Angeles. The camera pans over downtown as the sky darkens and winds reach impossible speeds. 5, 6, 7 massive tornadoes rip through skyscrapers like paper. Helicopters are tossed like toys, and entire buildings are leveled. News anchors can barely describe what's happening. This is not one tornado. It's several. Los Angeles is being destroyed. Back in Washington, meteorologists are in panic mode. They've never seen such phenomena occur simultaneously. Jack's old friend, NASA scientist Terry Rapson, calls him from Scotland, showing satellite data. Ocean temperatures are dropping at a terrifying rate. Rapson tells him the unthinkable. Jack, the ocean current is starting to collapse. Sam's decathlon team finished the competition, but they can't leave New York. The rain turns into a violent storm, and soon a massive tsunami. A wall of water several stories high comes crashing into Manhattan. In one breathtaking sequence, the Statue of Liberty is engulfed by the wave as the city floods within minutes. People run through the streets as taxis, buses, and cars are swept away. Sam and Laura manage to find safety inside the New York Public Library, along with a group of survivors, as freezing water begins to consume the city. Meanwhile, Jack, realizing his son is trapped, decides to go after him no matter what it takes. Now, the world begins to die. From Canada to Russia, temperatures plummet below -100 degrees Fahrenheit. Helicopters flying over the Atlantic freeze mid-air and crash, their fuel solidifying in seconds. The entire northern hemisphere starts freezing over in just a few days. Scientists estimate that humanity has less than a week before the new ice age becomes permanent. Jack and a colleague set out on foot from Philadelphia, heading north through blizzards and frozen cities to reach New York. Their journey is brutal. Frostbite, collapsing buildings, and exhaustion test their willpower. But Jack's determination to reach his son keeps him alive. Inside the library, the survivors face a different kind of battle, survival. With freezing winds blowing outside, they burn books to stay warm. Sam tries to ration food, and even helps Laura when she gets an infection. He also tries to contact his father using a small radio, hoping his message gets through.
Outside, wolves that escaped from the zoo are now roaming the frozen streets, nature reclaiming what humanity lost. In one tense sequence, Sam and two friends break into a Russian cargo ship that drifted into the flooded city to find medicine. But the temperature starts dropping suddenly. The eye of the superstorm is forming right above them. Everything exposed to the open air freezes solid in seconds, buildings, ships, even the ocean. The scene captures one of the most terrifying ideas in the film. Cold so intense it moves like a physical force. Jack's team finally reaches New York, barely alive. As they enter the frozen ruins, they find the city completely buried in snow and ice. Skyscrapers reduced to icy mountains. Jack finds the library, breaks through the frozen doors, and finally reunites with Sam. It's an emotional moment, father and son, scientist and survivor, finally together after the end of the world. Meanwhile, NASA satellites show the full extent of the disaster. Half of the planet's surface is now frozen. But the storm begins to calm. The Earth is entering a new balance. Days later, the sky's clear. The survivors are rescued by helicopters flying from the southern states, where temperatures remained livable. As they look down from space, astronauts see something incredible. The Earth has changed, but it's still beautiful. The ice glistens under the sunlight like a reborn planet. The U.S. president, now operating from Mexico, thanks the southern nations for offering refuge to American citizens. A powerful reversal of global roles. Jack looks out at the frozen landscape, holding his son close. He whispers, "Have you ever seen the air so clear?" The movie ends on a note of quiet hope. Humanity has survived, but only after paying the ultimate price for its arrogance. The Day After Tomorrow isn't just a disaster movie, it's a warning. It tells us how fragile our planet's balance is, and how easily human ignorance can push nature beyond recovery. Director Roland Emmerich used stunning visual effects not just to scare, but to remind us climate change isn't science fiction. The only question is whether we'll act before it's too late. And that was The Day After Tomorrow 2000 for a chilling reminder of how fragile our world truly is. What did you think of this breakdown? Could you survive an instant ice age? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Real Movie Breakdown for more epic movie explanations every week. Until next time, stay safe and stay warm.